Hey up everybody, I thought today we could have a nice chat about shoes and more specifically the Chinese super shoes that everybody's reviewing at the moment. Some of the bigger channels like Andy Rayner, Forrester Dean and the Two Running Brooms, John Broom, he's been reviewing them at the minute. People who are really experienced and who I really value and trust their opinions on shoes, they've been giving these a thumb up. So I've decided to do my own investigations. It's got me interested. But before we start reviewing any shoes from anywhere, I just want to let you know what I'll be comparing against. Because any shoe that's claiming to be an easy shoe, I'm going to compare against the likes of these. These are the Nike Vomero Plus, and they've got the big chunk of the Zoom X. And for an easy shoe, for your easy miles, these are absolutely fantastic. And any shoe that claims to be an everyday shoe, I'm going to be comparing against the Adidas Evo SL, because this really is the king of everyday shoes. You can do anything you want in this shoe. You can do easy miles, you can take it out for intervals. You want to do it, it's there for you. And then a race shoe. Well, this is where it gets interesting. So let's look at the likes of the Adidas Pro 3s. No need for me to describe these. Everybody's aware of how good they are. And the build quality, this is the main thing. This particular pair of shoes now are approaching 800 kilometers. And I still use these as a top tier fast race shoe. These are really poppy, responsive. Love these shoes. Also to compare against will be the successor to the Pro 3s, the Pro 4s. And these are, for me, a good upgrade on the Pro 3s. These are a little bit softer, but they're still responsive. They fit my foot shape a lot better. They've got the fantastic grippy outsoles, faultless shoes. So any race shoe, they'll be getting compared against these. Now, marathon shoe. This is where it gets interesting, because in my eyes, there's only one marathon shoe, and that's the original Alpha Flies. These are, to me, above and beyond version 2 and version 3. In fact, to be honest, the original Alpha Flies, I've got 3 pair of these, and I've got PBs across all distances wearing the original Alpha Flies. And any shoe that claims to be a marathon shoe, that is what they're going to get compared against. And if I get a shoe that claims to be a fast 5K or 10K shoe, they're up against these. No hesitation. When it comes to 5 or 10Ks, you will not get a better shoe than this at the moment. These are unbelievable. These are the Puma Fast R3s, if you don't recognize them. Massively super lightweight, really fast, really aggressive. I'd only take them up to 10 kilometers. I wouldn't do a half marathon in these because my calves just would not be able to handle it. These are rapid shoes. All those shoes, by the way, every one of them was actually made in Asia, either China or Taiwan. So build quality wise, that kind of makes me think the Chinese shoes, well, they're probably made in the same factories for all we know. So what I've gone and done is I've bought some of these Chinese super shoes. I bought the ones that everybody's highly recommended at the moment. And these are the Li-Ning Feidian 5 Challengers. And I'll just give you a few specifications on these first before I give you a brief talk about them. But I've weighed these, and in my size, which is a European 42 or 7.5 UK or 8.5 US, these were 206 grams or 7.2 ounce, which is incredibly light. The build quality looks absolutely brilliant. No glue marks, everything's well made, no errors with the stitching. Heel to toe drop is 8mm on these shoes. We've got about 36 on the heel and 28 on the forefoot. The actual midsole, which everybody's mostly interested in, it's a super critical Peba foam. full length carbon plate, and the outsole, if I just show you this up close, if you look at that, that's got a full coverage, almost kind of like the waffle pattern you get on the Nikes, but that is actually branded. There's a little logo on it. I think it's there if you can see it. It says GCU. That stands for ground control unit. That's what they give the name to this outsole. And the uppers, that's made from something called boom fibre. The actual midsole, getting back to it, they've given that the name of Super Boom for their supercritical Peber foam. So I'm really excited to give these a try. They're actually advertised as a up-tempo or race day shoe. So you've seen what I'm going to be comparing them against, but I'm going to be trying these on this coming week's training runs. So they're going to get everything right from a really easy 60 minutes easy run right the way through to the harder stuff that I do in a week, and finishing on Sunday with a long run. Then we'll sit down and we'll have a good chat about them. I'll tell you my likes, my dislikes, how they've held up. They'll have 100 kilometers on them, so we'll be able to compare that nice shiny outsole and see if there's any wear and tear anywhere. So let's see what these things are like. We'll talk about these next week. Silly.